Still want to make money with weed stocks? Check it on the other side. Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Kamari Ellis. Many call me the Finance Rebel. If you're new here, this channel is all about helping you increase your financial IQ. We talk about a lot of things that will impact your financial status, your wealth status here. Things like investments, taxes, insurance. Basically, we want to make it so that you become a master of your money and not be a slave to it, so you have to work for it every day. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite cannabis companies, Tilray. Tilray is an international cannabis company that recently IPO'd on the NASDAQ market. Tilray IPO'd at $17 flat, and then it opened to the broad markets at $23.05. So basically right now the stock's up approximately 160% over the last roughly 60 days, actually last like 45 days. Many people saw a review I did of the initial Tilray IPO and was wondering, since it's having such meteoric success, should they still keep the stock or sell it? It just so happens that Tilray just had their first earnings report the other day. So we're going to take a minute and go through that, and I'll come back and answer the question of should you sell or should you keep Tilray or not. During the Tilray IPO, they raised approximately $160 million. They raised that money to pay down some of their debt, but also to build out cultivation and distribution centers in Portugal and in Canada so they can distribute more marijuana. Currently, Tilray sells its medical marijuana in 11 countries spanning 5 continents. Currently, Tilray distributes its medical marijuana in 11 countries in over 5 continents. They're very well positioned to take advantage of the growing international market, especially in Canada, which is poised to go full recreational in October of this year. The Canadian market is expected to be worth $5 billion annually. That's a lot of money. Tilray is poised to gain a large percentage of that. I listened to the Tilray's earnings call. It's very interesting. A lot of their numbers have doubled, literally doubled from last year. I mean, these guys could be the double up team. They sold 1,514 kilograms of marijuana. Last year, this time, they sold 558 kilograms, practically double. They had $9.72 million in sales from the same time last year, again, practically double. Now, however, it's not all rainbows. They did lose money. They still are not profitable. They lost almost $12.8 million this quarter, up from roughly $2.8 million around the same time last year. Much of the loss was due to operating expenses increasing. After you have the IPO, you want to do something to maintain and reward many of your key employees, so they often use non-cash stock compensation or stock options many times, and that's what they did. So the losses is a bit higher than expected. Some of the biggest takeaways for me when listening to this call was that, again, Canada is going fully recreational, fully adult recreational come October of this year. That market is supposed to be worth $5 billion annually every year. And that market is poised for Tilray to exploit currently. They already have seven out of the 10 provinces in Canada licenses or agreements to sell their medical marijuana in those provinces. So they're doing the due diligence. They've got great positioning to go forward. Okay, to the question, since the stock has risen so much, so fast, should I sell or not? Well, it depends. It depends on your circumstances. It depends on your time horizon. It depends on how well you deal with risk. It really depends. And I'm not trying to be funny here or skirt the issue. It really depends. Investing is an individual sport. Now, you can play with teams, like I have people that I bounce stuff off of, but at the end of the day, it comes down to you, just like golf. All right? You got to perfect your swing. You got to know where to hit it. You got to know where to go, and you got to know where your objective is. all right? Just like basketball or any other sport. Now, I just want you all to remember this one thing. These videos, these posts that I put out for you are for educational and entertainment purposes only, all right? Past performance is not an indicator of future results. Before you enter into any new investments, please, please, please consult with your investment, tax, and legal advisors to make sure that investments are right for you. Now, all I can do is share what I see through my eyes. At the end of the day, you have to make that decision if it's right, if it's the right time to sell, or if it's the wrong time to sell. I will say this, many people like to review companies, evaluate companies based on already established companies. Tilray is new. It's fresh out the box. It's like the new toy, right? Some toys survive that Christmas Day brutality from the kids, or they break them. Now, I will say this. I do think Tilray is well positioned. I do think Tilray is well capitalized. I do think Tilray has a great take of the overall market view. I do think Tilray is able to take advantage of the Canadian market. Now, I will say this. Tilray's CEO, Brandon Kennedy, said that he thinks the U.S. market will come into play sooner than everyone thinks. I totally disagree with that. Totally. Between Donald Trump and Jeff Sessions, they've been trying to figure out ways to dismantle marijuana companies on the state level for a long time. I don't really see them having any love affair or wanting to bring actually these jobs that the cannabis industry are going to create to the United States. But everything else, I think Tilray will be a great company in the long run. Will the stock price pull back? Probably so. All right. Will it go up again? Probably so, right? Nothing goes straight up. Nothing goes straight down. It's usually a zigzag. But again, the company doubled income from this time last year. With the Canadian market coming online, I believe that it has more potential to go. And as international markets grow, so will Tilray, because it's well positioned. All right. I hope this video was helpful to you all. If you have any questions, let me know. Now, my question to you is, what marijuana companies do you like for investment? All right. For all of those who want to catch up with me throughout the week and in between videos, come on over to Facebook. Look up the Finance Rebel Academy. Again, look up the Finance Rebel Academy. You can come on in. It's free. You can ask me questions. We can dialogue. Again, my whole goal and mission is to help raise 100,000 people to become financial rebels, which are people who have high levels of financial IQ. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I will see you the next time.